This might be a disaster, but I want to combine sewing patterns today. So I have this incredible grape colored linen that I think would be perfect for replicating a dress that I saw at Ann Taylor Loft. I'm going to use the Lyric button front bodice and combine that with the skirt for Encore, which is got like these incredible like embedded pockets. So let's see if it works. It might be a complete disaster, but I will bring you along for the ride. Gotta clear my workspace. I just have, a bunch of swim fabric here for the new pattern we're working on. It has several different styles of skirts. There's a pleated one, there's a pencil skirt, and then there's different lengths. So there's also an A-line skirt, a full skirt, and I'm debating on using the full skirt or the A-line skirt. And with this one, I think I'm actually gonna do the A-line skirt. I think that'll work best with the Lyric. All the views of Encore have a waistband, but I'm not going to be using it since I'm combining this with the Lyric peplum bodice. So I'm going to take these 4 pieces, the front and back sides pieces, as well as the front and back middle piece and the pocket piece, and get started working with those. I'm sewing a straight size 14 bodice that I've shortened 1 inch on both the back and the front. This is a normal adjustment for me, and I think that it'll still work when I combine it with the Encore. All right, let's cut out the bodice. By the way, this Lyric dress is the feature pattern this week, and Nicole's doing a blog all about how to actually lengthen the bodice on a pattern that has darts. And so you're going to want to take a look at that on the blog if you're looking for how to nail the fit on a bodice in terms of length adjustments. All right, now it's time to cut out the Encore A-line skirt at the knee length view. I maybe could have, if I'd been careful with my fabric, I maybe could have done the knee length or the longer view of the skirt, but I think this will balance out nicely with the top. At this point, I finished all of the edges of my skirt, which will make it an easy straight stitch sew. So this is the back, so that you can see there's a paneled back. This is the center front, this is the center back, this is the left back, and then the right back. And so I'm just gonna clip those together and sew with a straight stitch for the back. Okay, I love how it's going right now. I've got my pockets in on the front, and both the panels, or all the panels on the front and the back are all sewn together for my skirt. Now I think I'm gonna leave these separate, so I'm gonna keep the back piece separate and the front piece separate, and I'm going to get the top, the bodice of the Lyric sewn before I put these together. At this point, I have assembled the neckline and got that all sewn. I'm gonna wait on installing the buttons. And I have left I put the sleeves on, but I have not sewn the side seams yet. Before I sew the side seams, I'm actually gonna take my skirt pieces and attach them right sides together so that I can treat all of this as one piece when I sew the side seams. One of the great things about working with two different patterns from the same pattern maker is that often the measurements are going to be really similar for specific spots. So this is around where the waistline hits for both of these patterns, and I'm so lucky because this point and this point, so this bottom layer is the front top bodice of the Lyric dress, and then this front skirt is the Encore skirt, and they actually, I think I'm just going to be able to ease these in to be almost about the same length. So I'm just going to sew this and finish it off with a overcast or a serger. All right, I'm so nervous right now. I have attached the front and the back skirts, and I've sewn the side seams, but if you remember, the Encore skirt has a zipper on the side, an invisible zipper on the side, and I am like, not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous to try this on to see if it is gonna actually fit over me or if it's gonna be too, you know, tight at the hips or whatever. So wish me luck. I'm gonna go try and see if I can squeeze into this. But I love it right now. I can't wait to put the buttons on. I can't wait to put the buttons on here. I think that's gonna look really cool. I think that obviously should be big enough of an opening to get over like my, like the front of me. And then hopefully I can just slide this down, this skirt down over my hips and it'll be okay. But like maybe I'm gonna have to install like a little invisible zipper here if it doesn't. So question mark, we'll see. All right, it's the moment of truth. I slid it on and it fit low for my hips, but let's see what it looks like. Don't you love it when something works out like that? Oh my goodness, how cool that I was just basically able to like slap together two patterns just like right at the waist. Obviously I need to like press it still and install the buttonholes, but like pockets, bodice, what? Oh, that's so fun. I love this. These pockets are just like everything. And of course, you know, like linen, I need to like really give it a really, really good press. Wow. I thought this would work, but I wasn't prepared for how easy this was gonna be. Okay, let me just like go put it on the buttons and hem it and give it a good press, and then let's come back and see. So when I came back to take these videos of me in front of the mirror, I just realized I was speechless while I was checking this out. Like I have it all pressed and all hemmed. And I just love that I was able to do this with almost no modifications to the patterns themselves. I think that that's what makes a really great piece. Sometimes it can feel really overwhelming when we do a hack or a modification where there's just so many intricacies and so many details. This one was just a super simple mash, just to smash the patterns together and they're all set. And I think I totally nailed the make that I was trying to replicate. Like I think I got that Ann Taylor loft dress. And again, you go into every store and you see all these, basically you just see all these patterns everywhere and you're like, well, if I just put this with this and do this fabric, and I can make it myself, and I did it myself. And I think the other thing that is at play here is that I wasn't afraid to make mistakes. So many times when we were sewing, we think, well, if I make one wrong turn or something gets snipped or something gets, you know, slightly off from what I had intended it to be, I might as well just throw the whole thing in the trash can. And I think when you are sewing, there's room for mistakes. There's room to learn things and there's room to take chances. It's part of what makes it so rewarding. And if this hadn't worked out, I would have been okay. It would have been all right. It would have been a learning experience and that's great. And I hope that when it comes to sewing that you take some chances and some risks and make things that you truly, truly love.